アメリカは強い利上げを続けてきて、一回それは止まっていますけれども、それでもなお景気はまだ底堅いです。この先行きというのはどう見ていらっしゃいますか。
We've seen a big decrease in inflation in the United States, and it seems to be sort of stable for the moment, but we think the way we measure inflation, it's actually significantly lower than the public reported numbers. So we've seen that in our companies that we own, that there's been basically no inflation in what's called input costs, the things companies buy to make their products. There has been labor inflation around 4%, but that's only a part of the total costs. So we're optimistic that in the second half of this year, the Federal Reserve will start lowering interest rates. So I don't know whether that's, in July or whether it's in September, but we're quite confident that will occur.
ではアメリカはソフトランディングできるというふうに見ていらっしゃいますか。
I think the U.S. will definitely make a soft landing. The economy is actually reasonably strong in the U.S. So we took the position in July of last year that we could see inflation rapidly going down. And so we think that will continue. And even though in the media that's an unpopular point of view, we think that will turn out to be correct.
ただ商業用不動産ですとか強いその利上げが続いたことによるリスク、もしあるとしたらテールリスク、どういったものを見ていらっしゃいますか。
Well, I think in commercial real estate that there's risk in certain areas of real estate, but not necessarily in other areas. So, for example, the office market globally has been severely affected with buildings that are older than 10 years. And the reason is a lot of people in different countries haven't gone back to work with the same percentage that they used to. And in the United States, for example, 20% of offices are not rented. And of the 80% that are rented, 20% of those have nobody in them because the people aren't coming back. On the other hand, we own very, very few office buildings at Blackstone. On the other hand, warehouses, which are 40% of what we own, are doing very well. Their rents are still going up around 5-6%. The vacancies are very low, around 3.5%. But more importantly, the supply of new warehouses and most other real estate has collapsed. So if nobody's building much in the way of new supply, so it depends where in the commercial real estate area you're invested.
34年ぶりの株高となりました。今の日本のその株式市場というのをどう評価されますか。
Well, it's fascinating. I mean, I've been coming to Japan since 1986. So I lived through the bubble. I saw the bubble break. So it gives me a sense of happiness to see Japan and its economy getting on a much better track. In the United States, and actually it's occurred in Europe as well, is that investors believe that interest rates are going to come down. And that will result in economies getting stronger over time. And so it's all about interest rates. It's all about inflation. And stocks are the beneficiary of the optimism that rates are coming down.
日本は マイナス金利を解除、正常化、つまり利上げとも取れる方向に行っています。このことは日本の経済にどう影響するでしょうか。
The Japanese worker is going to be paid more, and so they will spend more, and that's a very good, important thing to start an economy growing faster than it has historically. So the world looking at Japan is quite optimistic.